Yep. So we're gonna use my dog as the basis of this picture because I'm not showing myself. But this is for these parents out here who got these adult kids, and you know you running around here. They running you crazy because you got guilt. You got mom guilt, dad guilt. Feel like you didn't raise them right because they out here making decisions, that you aren't proud of. They out here messing with pills, or they out here trying to scam. They getting locked up, or they out here being a whole little thought, hoeing out here in these streets. And let me tell you something. Don't you stroke out worrying about these adult kids. Okay? What you can do as a parent is take accountability for what you could have done better. Okay? But you can't hold it over your head forever. Once they become adults, if they feel like we didn't raise them right, or they feel like we didn't get them what they needed, then you know what? They need to go talk to somebody about that. That's what therapists and psychologists are for. They need to go get them some help. They even got apps out here now where you can just download an app and get some consultation and get some help. But don't you as a parent be sitting there losing sleep at night, stroking out, losing your hair, because you didn't went over and beyond for these kids. You didn't had to bail them out. You didn't had to let them come back home and interrupt your household. If you got minor kids, you letting them move back in, and they still want to be disrespectful. They still don't want to follow the rules. They'll be fake for a minute and pretend like they following the rules, and they fall back into that same category. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to be nice to you, but they all jovial and nice, and they talking to their friends and stuff like that. They don't want to worship God. They don't want to believe in Jesus and none of that no more because they believe like it ain't real. They didn't discover some site or some, influencer that then told him he ain't real and all that. So they're just basically going against all the things that you taught them. You might not been no perfect parent, and I'm not talking about the parent that's been out there strung out on drugs or gave your child up for adoption. I'm not talking about those types of extreme circumstances. I'm talking about people who then did the best they can to set an example for their kids. They take accountability and they're transparent for the flaws and the things that they may have messed up in life. I'm not talking about the extreme situations for the parents who then abuse kids and stuff. I'm talking about these regular, everyday old people who then try their best for their kids, and then their kids grow up and feel like they're going to do whatever the hell they want to do and disrespect you, and it's your fault that they ain't got no money. It's your fault that they getting locked up. They want to blame everything on you. I'm talking about these kids 21 and up. That's who I'm talking about. So don't you keep losing no sleep over these children. You pray for them and you give them the guidance that they need. You give them the tools that they need to equip themselves to survive, because that's our job as parents. Our job is to equip them to survive without us. And if they don't want to take that help and that guidance, let life teach them. Life had to teach us. I'm 45 years old. Our parents was looking for us to start paying rent when we was like 18. Like, we wasn't getting talks on college and talks on sex and talks on all this stuff. They got information at their fingertips. They got all the information they need at their fingertips for them to be able to be successful. And we in America. So don't be sitting there feeling sorry and feeling bad because these disrespectful kids want to make you feel some kind of way. No, let life teach them. Love them from a distance. You keep your mental health in check because you got other people depending on you. If you got some minor kids, you got those kids depending on you. And this is coming from somebody with 6 kids. 4 adult kids, 2 minors. Youngest is 16. Be 17 this year. Oldest is almost 30, I think. 29 or 30. I got to do the math. But bottom line is, you got to know where you have to take accountability as a parent. But at some point, you got to wean them from holding that power over you, from thinking everything is your fault. Everything is your fault. Now, whatever. If you want abused, then you ain't have to worry about what food you was going to eat, and you had shelter, and you weren't verbally abused, and you didn't have to grow up watching seeing a bunch of stuff or whatever, then you ain't got nothing to complain about. A lot of these kids out here want a story to tell. They come from 2-parent households, sometimes 3-parent households, or 4-parent, because you got your dad and your mom who probably got remarried, but everybody is in their life. Multiple sets of grandparents, multiple Christmases. And I've had 6 kids, and one of the ones who probably took me through the most is the one who had 2 sets of grandparents and was whisked away every weekend and holidays and vacations and getting all this stuff, and want a thug story so bad, want clout so bad, because they want to impress women. And the same thing for these girls. You know, you just want to do the opposite. You don't want to be your mama so bad, so you want to go against everything, you know, she got going on. Don't y'all sit there and let that stuff keep you from going to sleep at night. And you got to go to work and still deal with the drama of, oh, this was going on with my grown son. This was going on with my grown daughter. We love them. They come through us, not from us. So they can grow up and decide to be whoever the heck they want to be. Let them sleeping dogs lie. If they want to live life that contradicts what you taught them, let them live that life. Let them make their own decisions. But you stop being there to rescue them and enable them and get them out, getting apartments in your name and bonding people out and loaning folks money. No, because they living their best lives on Instagram. They living their best lives while you sitting there with mental health issues, ain't even making your own doctor's appointments, ain't even taking care of yourself because you worried about them. Then when you stroke out, what's gonna happen then? You put yourself first and stop letting these kids stress you out, because guess what? They're not kids, they're adults.